this in our responsive reading. I want to look at the last verse in the responsive reading, and I want to lift up from that verse. I want to look up that it was expedient that one man should die for the people, that it was expedient that one man would die for the people. And thus in the reading of God's holy word. And I want to talk about the right man for the people. The right man for the people. What a profound statement made by Caiaphas, and yet not really know what he said. He gave counsel to the Jews that it was expedient that one man should die for the people. But that was a political answer.
All right.
It was a political move. Nevertheless, a prophetic word, because Jesus was the right man for the people. Anybody know anything about the wrong man?
Yes, sir.
Jesus is the right man to die for the people.
Yes. All right.
He's in the garden where he went often for prayer.
Yeah.
And here comes Judas with this crowd who has betrayed him.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can have a wrong man in the company. Jesus already knew that they were coming for him.
Yeah.
So he asked them, who do you seek? They said Jesus of Nazareth, and Jesus then said, I am he.
All right.
Jesus, the right man looks out for the others. They came with weapons. They came ready to fight if necessary, but Jesus heads them off. By saying, who do you see? And anybody remember, I got any Bible readers in here, because Judas betrays him with a kiss. And if I'm just passing through here, and that's why y'all be careful about lips. And they could be the kiss of death. So they bound him. And Peter, can I get ebonics? Peter ain't having it.
All right.
Peter draws his sword and chops off the high priest's servant's ear.
Yes.
Peter's timing and understanding was off.
Yes.
We might even suggest that Peter was being the wrong man.
All right.
So Jesus restores the high priest's servant's ear and says to Peter,
Go ahead now.
Peter, the cup that my Father has given unto me, shall I not drink it? See, a lot of times people look negative on Peter. I wish I had time to really deal with how Peter denied Jesus, but right here, before you become judgmental of Peter, you might need to visit this text. Because before Peter denied him, Peter was ready to die for him.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Peter didn't understand how Jesus, after Peter cut the soldier's ear off, Peter couldn't understand why Jesus would pick the ear up and put it back on.
Right.
But Peter was the wrong man. So Jesus goes with them. First, the Bible says, first that Ananias, and then later they send him to Caiaphas, who is the wrong man to give judgment on Jesus, because he's the one who gave counsel to the Jews on what to do with Jesus. Yet the wrong man has the right man to die for the people. So let's look at three things concerning the right man for the people. Anybody up in here interested? Can I tell us that the right man isn't always treated right?
Right.
I wish I could labor right there for a minute. The right man isn't always treated right. Jesus hadn't done anything. And he's treated wrong first by one of his own. Judas, y'all be careful who your partners are. Because just because they with you don't mean they with you. Sometimes you can have a wrong man on your team. Judas sold Jesus out for 30 pieces of silver. Sometimes the right man isn't treated right. Jesus even said a prophet is without honor in his own, not in a strange, but in his own country. And sometimes, I wish somebody would just holler back at me, the right man is treated wrong. Jews, they don't like the teaching that Jesus is doing, and they don't like the idea that he's claiming to be king. The Jews, the high society folk don't like the idea that a carpenter's son talking about he they king. They having issues with Jesus because Jesus is not abiding by the law. But somebody didn't know that he was the law. He said, I came to fulfill the law. And sometimes the right man, when he's doing the right thing, y'all ain't feeling me. Sometimes we don't want to be bothered with the right man, because when you deal with the right man, you got to be right. And sometimes being right, you're mistreated. I wish I had a cosigner right there. Anybody here tried to do right and picked up some enemies? You understand when you're wrong and pick up enemies, but when you're trying to do the right thing and pick up some enemies, you need to understand that sometimes the right man is not always treated right. Jesus, he's the right man to die for the people. But sometimes, you ever tried to help somebody who needed your help and then didn't want your help? Sometimes just the idea that you the one helping them. They got issues with you, and that's how Jesus was trying to do. He was the right man to die for the people, but Caiaphas didn't really realize what he was really saying.
Come on now.
Caiaphas. If you've been in Sunday school, you'd heard how Sister Darlene was teaching that lesson when Jesus was speaking the truth. And sometimes folk hear the truth.
Come on.
Well, I wish I, sometimes folk don't want to, and I wish I had time to talk about everybody in the world, but since I don't, can I just talk about church folk? Sometimes church folk, these are supposed to be religious. Going to church. Bible told.
Amen.
They don't want to deal with the truth. They don't want to hear the truth. That's why some folk don't like preachers who tell it like it is. They like preachers who gonna sugarcoat it. Just talk about going to heaven. Everybody going to heaven. Now that ain't so.
Right.
You don't just wake up and go to heaven. Now every man must work out your own soul salvation. Sometimes the right man isn't always treated right. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go there. Sometimes you can have a good man.
Come on now.
I should get some. That ought to be some men up in the house. Twin, where you at? Twin, I need the twin. Help me right here. Sometimes you can have a good man and don't know how to take care of him. So sometimes it's you don't want the joker that want to work and take care of you. You want the one you got.
Take care of.
All I'm saying, I'm trying to help the men out. Y'all better not leave me out here by myself. Don't leave me on this limb by myself. You got a good man and you don't know how to appreciate a good man. Oh yeah. If you got half of a good one, somebody looking at it. And you better. Sometimes the right man isn't always treated right.
All right.
Okay, so I didn't get much help.
Come on.
Sometimes men, the right woman. Sometimes the right woman ain't treated right. Okay, I gotta go back. Men, sometimes the right man ain't treated right. You got to understand that sometimes being right, you're not always dealt a right hand. Sometimes we don't know how to appreciate right. And here they are, they got Jesus in custody. Done brought him to the judgment seat. And Caiaphas is talking about it is expedient that one man should die for the people. And here they are, they got the right man, but they're not treating him right. And then the second thing, watch this. The second thing is that the right man knows how to handle himself. They want. He knows how to handle himself because the right man has an active prayer life.
All right.
It's right.
All right.
When you read the text, that's why Judas knew where to find him. Because he was always somewhere in the garden having a conversation with God. Even when they wouldn't stay woke. You could always find him in prayer. And sometimes the right man knows how to handle himself. Before trouble comes, you ought to be in prayer. Too many of us wait for trouble, then pray. But the right, right there. The right man knows how to handle himself because he's always in prayer.
You're right about
quickly.
it.
Right.
When you stay in tune with God.
Yeah.
I wish somebody would hit me right here. Because the right person knows how to handle themselves. I mean, when you are confronted with your enemies, when you are confronted with your haters, you know how to handle yourself because you've been in prayer.
That's it.
He had an active prayer life. And then he knows how to handle himself because he knows who they really want. They come at. You got to go. Verse 1 is that when they came at him, when they came at him, they came at him and they had weapons. When you read the first 3 verses, they came at Judas with it. Judas leading the crowd. And all of us got a Judas in our life. Judas doesn't put his foot under your table. Judas doesn't roll in your car. Judas been in your house. Matter of fact, Judas owe you money. Sometimes your enemy is not always afar off. Sometimes there's enemy in the camp. And you gotta know. And so Jesus, you gotta understand. You gotta understand that Jesus, he couldn't die in Gethsemane. He had to die on Calvary. And so he knew how to handle himself in Gethsemane. He said, "Who do you see?" Y'all come with weapons. Y'all come to start something. But I ain't gonna fight. Even though Peter, and y'all know I ain't mad at Peter. I ain't mad at Peter. Because it's good to have some friends who got your back. But Jesus, he knows how to handle himself. He knows how to handle himself, so much so that when Peter chops off the ear, Jesus immediately picks it up and restores the ear. Now he tells Peter, put up your sword. You see, the right man know that if you live by the sword, you'll die by it. And you gotta follow Peter's life. And if you follow his life through the Holy Writ, you'll discover he died by the sword. You gotta know that the right man knows how to handle himself. You ain't always got to fight. The right man knows how to be peaceful in the midst of war. And some of us, the Lord has brought us from a mighty long way. And you ought not be quick to go back. That when you dealt the wrong hand, you gotta be the right man and know how to handle yourself. Back in the day, I used to fight my battles. But I now know how to handle myself and let him. If y'all get quiet, I'm gonna think I'm still talking to fighters. You know how to handle yourself because you let him. The battle is not yours. You understand. I know they after you. I know they came after you. I know they've been lying on you. I know they've been talking about you. I know they've been digging ditches for you. But you know how to handle yourself when that kind of stuff. I know they done sold you out. I know they done betrayed you, done told your dark secret, but you know how to handle. Sometimes, matter of fact, sometimes when stuff get out on you minute, y'all.
Yeah.
The right man, the right woman knows how to handle themselves. So sometimes your enemies are bodacious. They'll come for you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, y'all know.
All right.
Even at family reunions, they lay in wait for you.
Yeah. Right.
At the job, you get there, they done had a meeting before the meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have. Come on.
And one of your homies, one of your dogs is smiling while they after you.
Right. Yeah.
Somebody who's supposed to have your back.
Yeah.
Supposed to. Yeah.
All right.
You gotta know how to. For real, I'm trying to help somebody. You got the right man knows how to handle himself. Listen to what he does. Instead of fighting, he restores. Yeah, y'all do know that when he was tempted by Satan, and Satan left, a legion of angels came and ministered to him. He really didn't need Peter. Oh, I'm sorry. Some of y'all ain't ready. So I'm gonna have to back up and give you the short version. Is that when Jesus first said, "Whom seek ye?" they all went back and failed. Just at the sound of his voice, his enemies backed up and failed. And Jesus had to ask them again, because somebody needs to know there's power in Jesus. Somebody needs to know he don't even have to do nothing, just speak a word. Just speak a word. All you got to do is speak a word, and men will lay down and die. Speak another word and they'll get up and live. Sometimes you got to know how to handle yourself. Although you can, you might all not. He knows how to restore. He knows how, and then he goes. Somebody work with me. The right man knows how to handle himself. Instead of fighting, he goes peacefully.
All right.
I wish I could lay like that. Because can I just be real with us? When you got fight in you, it don't take a fight to come up again.
Right.
But he goes peacefully. And see, this is what baffles Peter. Because Peter done saw what he could do. Peter done seen him in action. And then it was even confirmed when they all backed up and failed. Peter ready to fight. Because Peter, I ain't mad at Peter, because I've been Peter. I've been in some situation where my big brother John was there.
All right.
And I got bad because John was there. Y'all see, some of y'all trying to act like y'all ain't had some help. I mean talking about help. Even when you wrong, they go on your side. They're on your side. And I had that kind of, I was bad up.
All right.
Now if John wasn't there, I wouldn't talk that much.
All right.
And even now, can I just be real? Even now, Myron, even now, John has been home almost 3 years. And he's been laying low. He got me nervous.
All right.
Because I don't know if I'm going to need him again. and he...
All right.
Peter don't understand Jesus because he knows Jesus can take him.
All right.
But he handles himself and goes peacefully. Look at your neighbor and say, sometimes you ought to just leave peacefully.
All right.
Don't Don't start nothing, won't be nothing. I'm trying to help somebody. I'm trying to help somebody. Because the right man knows how to handle himself. Listen, the right man isn't always treated right. And the right man knows how to handle himself. But then the third thing is the right man's death is life for the people.
That's right. That's right.
The right man's death. He says it's expedient that one man should die for the people.
Yeah.
But he didn't realize that the right man's death would be life
Yes, sir.
for the people.
Yeah.
They didn't know what man they had. They thought they had a wrong man.
Yeah.
But they had the right man, and he was at the right place
At the right time.
at the right time. The right man, the right man, he is man's sacrifice.
Yeah.
Anybody know Jesus?
Yeah.
He became our atonement.
Yeah.
Pilate, Ananias, and Caiaphas didn't realize
Yeah. Come on.
that they had the right man.
Yeah.
And if the right man died,
Well.
the people could live.
Yeah.
And so the right man came.
Yeah.
I heard him say, I am come
Yes, sir.
that you might have life
Yeah.
and that you might have it more abundantly.
Yes,
You see, the right man couldn't die in the garden, but the right man had to die on Calvary. Ooh, yeah. The right man had to become our sacrifice. He had to become the lamb that would die for the people. And I'm glad that the right man, because if you get the right man, he only has to do it one time. By one man, sin entered the world. But by one man, by one man, man began to have life. Somebody wrote a song, what can wash trying to get the people.
Yeah.
But he don't mean us no good.
That's right.
I wish somebody would holler right there. He don't mean us no good. Some of us used to be partners with him, man. He used us, and somebody ought to holler back. He abused us. He mistreated us. Somebody, but when you met the right man, you didn't know how good was until you met the right. Somebody ought to holler. Till you met the right man. His name is Jesus. Jesus. He's the.
Yes, sir.
He's right. You looking for a man? Find the right man. His name is Jesus. And can I tell y'all something? I love him. I love him. Anybody else love him? I mean, I love him. I love him because he first loved me. He showed me what real love was all about. He knows how to love the unlovable. He loves me in spite of me. I ain't all that, but he ain't wrote me off yet. Because he's the right man. The older generation will say it like this: as long as the blood running warm in your veins, you got it. You all right? Because you got to change. But somebody is here. Somebody's here. Some man, some woman, some boy or girl. Can I introduce you to the right man? I mean, somebody tell me, is there a good man? Can I introduce you to the right man? I'm looking for somebody that's going to take care of me. Can I introduce you to the right? I need somebody that knows how to love me. He knows how to pick me up. He knows how to wrap his arms around me. He knows how to wipe my tears. He knows how to strengthen me. He knows how to turn my dark down with somebody. I can introduce you to the right man. And if you're here by letter, candidate for baptism, Christian experience, you can come to know the right man. It's time right now. It's time right now. And if you're here, you can come. And what I like about him, that's how I know he's right. He accepts you just as you are.